Welcome to Walking with Will 2025. It's harvest time and I'm going to be walking the Portuguese Central Camino. So, why don't you follow me? And here I am, back in Portugal. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening, but my hotel is very close to the airport. So, and I'm going to time it just to see how far it is. Right, so let's have a look at my watch. It's now just about 5 to 9, so let's see how long it takes me to get. And here we are, the Hotel Porto. 6 minutes later. Yeah, 6 minutes from the airport. That's got to be a winner. We do have air conditioning, so that's good, but there is one special thing I feel the need to point out, which you won't see anywhere else these days, and that is a salmon bath. Look. Horrible. It's Wednesday the 27th of August. This is day one on the Camino 2025. And my destination today is Vilarhino, which is about 8 miles, it says, probably closer to 9. So let's see what happens. See these plants growing in the gardens here? These are, I think that's a begonia, the sort of thing you'd only grow in a pot indoors in England, but here they are. Growing like a beggar. A lovely colour there, look. But then again, we do get the victims of the warm weather as well, aren't we? Yes, I am mindful of how hot it's been over here. There's not been much rain for weeks now, and you've probably seen on the news about the wildfires in Portugal and Spain. There's nothing I've seen near where I'll be walking, but even so, I'll be checking the bulletins regularly. Here's a fire station. Now here's an interesting Camino fact, although I've not ever seen this in action, but I did hear that many of the fire stations actually will accommodate pilgrims. But I've not actually seen that anywhere, but that's maybe it's a Camino myth. Who knows? Yeah, and here's something you don't forget is the Death wish pavements. You know, you meet somebody coming the other way, you've got the choice then whether you push them into the road or step into the road yourself. Yeah, so they sort of changed the Camino route a couple of years ago. It used to go probably another half mile the other way and go down through the industrial estate, but they've changed it, so we come off at this very noticeable landmark. And it's much more pleasant to get you out into the country a lot quicker, so I'm only too pleased to take it. Also, it's, in theory, if you've got a really early flight into Porto, you could be on the Camino here in about a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, so that would be good. So we're going down here, I'm afraid. Oh yes, it's our old friend, Mr. Cobble. And you see stuff sometimes and you think, is that not quite finished being built, or is it semi-demolished? But you've got a bloke on top there keeping an eye on things anyway. Yes. There's a little story here, look. Sandals, discarded tiles, shopping bag, tennis ball. Go on, I dare you, make up a story about that. And here's a thing. Morning glories, I don't know if they come out very well. I'll see if I get an aerial shot later on, but you can see they're all over this field, up into the trees, right up there, all the way over there. Huge, self-seeded creepers. That idea here. This goes on and on and on and up the trees. Really bright blue as well. Oh, so still a few cars around. You can can see the grapes are just about there despite the really hot weather, and just beyond you can see the maize. That looks like that's just about ripe as well. You might even see some people harvesting these before too much longer by the end of the walk. So most of the times I've come through here it's been empty, but today it's market day in Mosterio. Very busy. Yes, we have no bananas. I can't see a banana on it, but it's a nice big banana plant. I'm not sure what this is, but it's a lovely colour. Oh, there's fruit on it as well. Passion fruit, is it? Might be. Didn't know they had flowers like that. Oh, that's a rose growing through it. Of course it is. Look at that. I wish I knew what this place was called. Maybe it's called Wheelie Town. Might be. I'm walking along by these this field of maize. I'm pleased to see that despite it's been really dry here, that this crop seems to have come through all right. The old maize seems pretty well fattened up and ready to roll. And they've replaced a lot of the way markers as well. It's very hard to get lost these days, but I'll do my best. Well, somebody's written a little message here: no more cobbles. I'm afraid they're very, very wrong, but it's a nice thought. Nearly burn your blinking eyes out. Look at that. Yeah, one of the things I do wish is that they bloody signpost these places a little bit better so you knew where you... And here's one of our old friends, the alternative route. Like the straight ahead route, as you see, has got a bloody great warning sign on. And this one up here is the preferred one, the safer one. If you look up the road there, you can see there's no linking pavement. So I always take the alternative. I avoid those warning signs. Tiles, and now I'm going to have a migraine attack after that. This is one of the many quiet little towns you go through with its lovely little church with tiles on the front. Obviously crosses everywhere, and these houses were quite grand at some time, but could do with a bit of work now. And as you can see, these caminos often coincide with some of these G routes, these walking and cycling routes that go all across Europe. We've got G, 3, 5 and 6 on this bit. Here's another nice little village, nice little town, big house and church up at the top of that hill there. It might well be a house because it's got another church, and then obviously the grass is pretty brown because it's been so blinking warm. But again, church in the centre, these little squares, it's very nice. There's a wisteria here, flowering again, obviously second flowering of the year. Not very vigorous flowering, but nice to see. Getting towards the end of this stage now, and it's been I've got a few back problems, so it's not been very easy, but I'm using a backpack carrying service, so I haven't got that on my back, so that's helped. Generally weather's been good, nice cool breeze, not too hot. It's very quiet though. I've seen 5 other pilgrims. So a lot quieter than it has been, but I think most people do the coastal one now, from what I can make out. But I've got about another half an hour, I think, and if I've timed it right, there's a really nice family restaurant in Vilarhino, which is my destination, and that opens at 12, and I should be bang on for that. And starting to see a little bit of the countryside now, a decent view from here over these plants here. The white building you see down there is the old monastery. That is one of the that's the municipal, the council run albergue. It's big, it's got 60 beds, and I'm not stopping there. No, it's too big and too noisy, so I'm going to move on a bit further. This is the current path, as you can see, a path with very high walls on it, so you have to wonder why anybody would put a yellow arrow. Well, I mean, where else are you going to go? Are you going to try and break into that rusty old door there? Climb up the walls? I don't know. It's a little bit of overkill, isn't it? A little bit of Camino fly tipping. Interesting armchair there. Some foam cushions. Wheelchair. Almost expect to see a dead body in there somewhere, but luckily we've got off lightly with that. And here it's the first little bit of forest walking of the day. Of the Camino, in fact. So I'm going to enjoy this little bit. It doesn't go on very long, but I'm still going to enjoy it. And so here we are, Vilarhino. This is the end of my walk for today. It's been reasonable. Now the weather's been good. Just that I've got a few aches and pains that I had before I came, and it's not made it any easier than it could have been, but here I am, I've done it. Now there's always something you don't expect to see. Hello there. Black swans. Here. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you. No, I don't speak Portuguese swan.